Hello world, this is Ilya from my favorite local town near Prague. So again, it's revelation times and I'm revealing things that we think we know that ain't so. And today I'll be revealing what exactly is gender and how it works with sex and what is a transgender person. You see, it's not that complicated. So let's start with sex. We all know what sex is. It's male and female. It's our physical being. It's in our DNA and it cannot be changed. It's also binary. During our growth, we have to develop something in order to become men and women. And this something is called gender. Yes, gender is what makes a man out of the male and a woman out of the female. And gender, the radical left in the West calls gender a social construct. I will not discuss this, it's total BS. The right calls gender male and female, just like sex, which is kind of nonsense. So both got it wrong. Gender is masculine, feminine, masculinity and femininity. This is what gender is. Just like grammatical gender, remember, nouns have gender. So the same works with people. There's a lot of talk about masculinity, and there is no doubt that the boy needs masculinity in order to become a man. A man is simply a masculine male. The same goes for the female. The girl has to develop her femininity, the nurturing, caring spirit of the woman, in order to become a woman. A woman is simply a feminine female, not just a female. A woman is not a pile of flesh, okay? A woman is not just a pretty face. And yes, by the way, this wretched movement, feminism, now you realize why it's called this way. Because it's for the woman, allegedly. And the woman is femininity, hence feminism, okay? They're very precise, the radical left are very precise in their wording. So be careful. So femininity is the woman. A woman is a spiritual being. Now, we all see that males become feminine, boys become feminine and grow up to become feminine, and females, girls become masculine. You realize that masculinity and femininity is gender. It's not just some fashion trend. What in essence is happening is that they're developing the opposite genders. Yes, this is what is happening. I'm afraid it's a more pernicious development that you realize. And there's a clinical term for this, and you already guess it. It's called a transgender person. A transgender person is simply a person that does not develop his or her natural gender, but develop the opposite gender or transition towards the opposite gender. So, yep, this is what transgender is. Easy breezy. Just like the chilly breeze. I feel. Let's take a girl, for instance. A girl develops masculinity, and she's a masculine female only, or a transgender female. You realize that she does not develop femininity, and femininity is the woman. In this way, you have to realize that she says bye-bye to the woman. Okay? There is no such thing as a trans woman. There are only trans females and trans males. There is no such thing as a trans man or trans woman. This is a misconception. A huge misconception. To illustrate how huge, I'll cite a statistic I saw several years ago on American women. The statistic read that 40% of young American women being masculine. You realize that this statistic should read that 40% of young American females being transgender females, okay? There's no such thing as masculine women or trans women. So yep, this is it. The issues we are facing are much bigger than you realize. And there is a war, it seems that there's a war in the West on masculinity, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's nothing compared to the war on femininity, on women. You have to realize that 40% of young females in America are essentially trans females. This is how bad it is. It's nothing compared to the war on masculinity, is nothing compared to the war on femininity. Okay? It's mostly a distraction. Wake up, America. You got it really, really wrong.